reached 200 subs. And because of that achievement, I'm going to be teaching 20 new skills. I'm not teaching 200 skills. That's not happening. But I can teach 20. Now, obviously, I'm not the best player, but I am good enough to teach you something. So with that being said, I'm going to teach 5 skills from the 4 main categories, which are, I just put them on screen, but they're branching, walls, ground, and game sense. Those are the 3 most important skills. And I'm going to be teaching 5 skills from each of those categories. So, with that being said, here, we're on the ground. This is amazing. Okay, so I'm going to set the camera up right here. Okay, now there are 2 main ways to run in Gorilla Tag that are for pros. Now, the main way, this is the way that most of pros use, is, here, let me bring it closer. I probably cannot see. Okay, so what you do is, 1, you push over, other 1, push over, and you just keep doing that. But you do kind of want to tilt your head a little bit so you're closer to the ground. It's easier to get that grip. Because I'm pretty sure Pig said this, but once you're on ground, there's no speed cap. Like, as much as you can move your arm, is how fast you can go. If you're in the air, then there's a max speed you can go. Like this, look. You see, doing that, it took me a while, and then I can do the run, and it gave me there way quicker, because you're on ground. So, if you can flick your wrist really fast, or just like, do this really fast, then you're gonna go really fast. There's no speed cap to doing with this, because you're on ground. There's another way to run. There's another way to run. This is going to be number 2 skill. So, pretty much, just like a circular motion, you put this, you push down, and you do that, and then with the other hand, you do the same thing. And if you put it all together, it kind of looks like the same run. I'm going to put it in first person so you can see. So you put this, boom, and then you flick back. And then in total, it looks like this. You know, you can go really fast. You know, it's pretty good, And this is the other run put into a fluid motion. Okay, that was really fast. Like I said, I'm not the best player, but you know, that's a quick demonstration. Now I'm gonna teach you 3 more skills. Okay, so number 2, never push up. If you push up, you're gonna do what I said last time, and you're gonna hit your speed cap. Always stay on the ground. This is why people use like 30 hertz to cheat, so you can stick to the ground. Never push up, because you see this. Well, no, you don't, because I don't have my FOV max, but you see this. Do that. Don't push up. You see most like noobs running like this? Don't. No. Don't get up on the ground. Or don't get up in the air. Okay. Tip number 4. When you're running, be aware of your surroundings. This kind of goes with game sense. But if you're running, you don't want to just like be running forward. You want to make sure that you're like grounded with the terrain. I'm going to give you a little example. If I'm just running like this, then once I get to like this area, I'm going to get a lot of airtime. Because I'm not like, you know, with my terrain. So you have to adapt to your terrain and make sure you don't get any airtime. That could be slowing down a little bit so you can, you know, go downhill without getting any airtime. It can be anything. Just make sure that you're stuck to the ground and you're aware of your terrain. Okay, now the final tip is if you're getting chased and you need to be on ground, then your best bet is not to run into a straight line. You want to, you know, go backwards, you know, do a bunch of unpredictable motions, because it could be good for jukes, but it's also just good to like get them off your tail, and maybe you can get to somewhere else. Okay, that was ground / running. Done. Now the second category is trees or just branching. Now branching, I'm gonna bring y'all with me for this one. Branching, once you learn it, it's very easy. But if you haven't learned it, then it's gonna be pretty hard. Now, a good way to start your branch is here. I'm gonna show you. my branches, I get onto that tree in Blender. I don't know what the tree's called, because I haven't studied it yet. But yeah, I'm gonna get up here for y'all. Right here. So you're on this tree, you know, right here in the middle. This is the perfect way to start your branch, because you can go here. And now, you have many different options. You know, pick one. Now you have a bunch of more options. You can go on platform, scale that, do something with there. Or you can go on this one and scale that, and then you have all that area for you. The best way is to just like if they're chasing you, then you want to just make a quick decision. But if you're not being chased, then it's good to like stay there for a while. Look at your surroundings and make sure that like you can find a good path. Okay, now second skill of branch. Oh, I just fell. Second skill, that's just it. Being able to adapt. So for example, if I messed up one of my routes, like that, like I was supposed to scale that, but if I mess up this route, I should be able to, you know, quickly make a new route. And maybe if it's a good route, I can get back over there and then like redo it. But if you're able to adapt to messing up, then you can, you know, get some good routes in. Okay, now the third step, or the third, I think this is like third or fourth skill, I wasn't paying attention, is scaling. Now scaling, it's kind of like pinch climbing, except, you know, there's a bit more steps. Some people just like bear climb and then go up. Some people like pinch climbing. But what I do is I, you know, quick hit off and then put your hand in a circular motion. So hit off, circular, and then push off into like a pinch climb or something. That's a good way to scale. You know, that's what I usually do. You know, I mean, depending on the tree, you might have to do multiple hit offs, but hit off, pinch climb. That's a good starting. But it kind of goes to where I said, like, you have to adapt to each tree. Like, for example, let's see, that tree right there. Let me get to it. You see how far it is off the ground? I might have to do more than just one push off to get to it. I mean, I kind of did that. I might have to do, I have to do more than one push off to get to it. Now from there, that's where you can do a little bit more advanced tech. You can pinch climb onto it. Okay, I failed that. You can do 2 hits onto it, which I just did. That was 3 hits, but you know, like I said, adapting. Okay, now this is the fourth and final skill. We had scaling. We had just branching in general. Now, for this, we're not going to do like skills like under branching, because this is just like a beginner tutorial, and you know, under branching is kind of advanced. So, a good way, like most people, you want to start on air, but if you have to start on ground, then that's where you want to start like planning your route like way ahead. Like, let's say for example, I'm over here, and there's a lava monkey right there. I'm getting chased. As I'm right here, I should already be starting to make my routes, because, you know, who knows? Maybe if he's still chasing me, I'm going to have to get up here. And then, you know, get onto this branch, and then get up there. Okay, I felt that because I'm lagging. But, you know, who knows? So you're going to have to start planning your routes, because you never know what can happen. Who knows? Like, if I'm right here, there could be a lava monkey coming from there, so I can't do that route, which is why I should already have another route planned for over here. Because there's a lava monkey right there, I'm glad I have one planned, because then I can get up here, and boom. Because I had this planned, I can like outrun them, because, you know, it's already in my brain. Okay, that was 5 skills for branching. Now for skill number 3. Next section is Game Sense. Game Sense is the foundation of everything in Gorilla Tag skills wise. Like, if you wanna do jukes, you need Game Sense. If you wanna run fast, you need Game Sense. If you wanna get away from lava monkeys, you need Game Sense. If you wanna scale, if you wanna branch, you need Game Sense. So I'm gonna be showing you like how to get Game Sense. Now, Game Sense is kind of like a mind game, so really it's just like practice is the best. But here's some of the ways to just get better at Game Sense in general. Okay. So, number 1, be aware of your surroundings. Like this could be anything from like looking around like very often, from like just be aware. Like there's some clips where people are like looking at the lava monkey as they're running. No, you don't want to do that. Like as you're running, you want to be looking around, like calculating everything. You want to be make sure that you're aware of where you are, where everything is. And this is why. This is also good for comms too, because if you know where everything is, then it's good comms. Okay, now number 2 for game sense. Practice or just studying. Right now on screen, this is the official competitive like call out sheet. You want to study this. From here, you know where everything is, you know what everything is named. That's the perfect way to get better game sense, because you know where everything is, you know like what everything is, like you have everything pictured out in your mind, and you don't really have to do like look around as much. That's why people like Happy and Pig don't really look around as much. They just look straight, because they know where everything is, and they know like the feel of everything. Also, so number 3, just play this game very often. Like the more you play it, the more you have a better feel of like the map and everything, and it's kind of just like ingrained in your brain, so you don't really have to think much about it. But just once again, when people like Peb, Sava, Horizon, they have the best jukes. They know where everything is. They don't have to think about it. They just have to, focus on the lava monkey, focus on running. They don't have to focus on where everything is or hitting anything. Okay, now number 4. Wait, this is number 4 or number 5? Wait, I think this is number 4. Okay, number 4 of game sense. Game sense, just like studying like other people too. Like for example, the TTT. I watch this channel all the time, like watching their scrims. This could get you a good feel on like studying other people's movements and stuff. That's how I learned how to do this run. Like I didn't have to like watching tutorials like that. Like that's the most optimal run in the game, and I didn't even have to learn it because you study other people. That's a good way to get better game sense and just skill in general. Number 5, the very last and now the final skill, which is probably the skill I'm worst at, but it's still a skill that I'm going to teach you the basics on. Walls. Yes, indeed walls. Now you see a lot of pros always camping walls because you have very good control. Like it's pretty much just having like an open playing field. Like it's empty, there's nothing on the wall, so you can just go. Like when you're on ground, you have to like focus on the trees and stuff. This is why you need the good game sense. Like you don't have to like worry about the trees. You're on walls. It's empty. Okay, so number 1, when you're wall running. If you're trying to go forward, then do this, because this can push you forward more. But you see, I'm not going up as much. So if you want to go up, then you want to put your hand like this. Now, a quick explanation on how that works. So as you can see, I'm sticking to the wall when I'm pushing off like very slowly. And let me do it better. As you can see, I'm sticking onto the wall by pushing off. And that's kind of how it goes with this. When you're doing this, you're pushing down like this, which is how you're going into the wall, which is a better way to stick on. But if you don't do that, then you're just going to slide off like this. Yeah, you're just going to slide off. Now, for verticaling, the best way is just like stay parallel to it and keep an equal motion. Because like, as you can see, like if I push too hard down, then I'm going to slip off. If I push too softly, then I'm not getting anywhere. You want to find a good medium, a good middle. It's a good way to stay on the wall. And like I said about consistency, it's like you're doing this and then you do this. Like you push like hard down and then medium and then like hard down again. You're not going anywhere because it's not consistent. Also, push yourself like forward. Like verticaling isn't going directly up. You're also like kind of like integrating a wall run too. So you're gonna put yourself down and into the second wall. So like together, you wanna do this, because just like with wall running, you put your hand like this to go forward, but you also keep your hand kind of flat, so you're still going up. That's the best way. And you also want to do it really fast too, so that you actually go up farther. Because like big hits are good for going forward. Small tiny hits are good for going up. No, that's 3. Wall climbing. Go over there. Go to double walls and just start wall bouncing. Now with that skill, do the exact same thing. Just push off. But what you want to do is you want to look at the direction you're going. So if I'm going this way, I'm going to look this way. This way, look this way. But you don't want to look too much. So a slight look. 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 Also keep your hands like this, so you're pushing into the wall and you're pushing up too. Pretty much the same thing with vertically. 5 skills for each category. But there's one final skill. Practice. Doesn't matter how much knowledge or how you know how to do it. You could watch a billion tutorials, but if you don't practice, then you're not getting anywhere. Like, I've watched many tutorials, but, you know, when I tried going to do it, I wasn't able to, because I wasn't practicing. Practice is infinitely better than any tutorial that you have, because you can find your own way. You don't need a tutorial. Tutorials are good, but you don't need one. What you need is practice. So